What's going on, everyone? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode where we do some sports betting 101. And this episode focuses on tilt, sports betting tilt. What does that mean? How how can you break it down? And then also, how can you get out of it? Well, basically, if you're betting and you're betting on tilt, you've lost control of your wagering. And this normally starts after a bad beat, or it starts after one of your locks or your guaranteed winner also loses. So a bad beat or a lock loses. Now, what will happen in this scenario is the bettor, they think or they feel inclined that they have to get it back as quickly as they can. So they'll do this by two ways. One, they'll increase their bet size, which we know that's a no-no right from the beginning. You should always make your wagers the exact same bet amount. And then also, too, they'll make a flurry of rash decisions. And what I mean by that is, let's say you looked at, let's just take Major League Baseball, for example. You wake up in the morning, you look at the slate of games, and let's just say you could only find the Astros. The Astros is a team that you liked and you thought that was going to be a good bet. Let's just say it was an afternoon game and that bet lost. Now, all of a sudden, you pull the sheet back up again today. All of a sudden, you like the Mariners, you like the Angels, the Blue Jays look good. And that's what I mean. 6 hours ago when you looked at the slate, the only thing that stood out in your mind that was a good bet was the Astros. Now all of a sudden that the Astros lost, now all of a sudden you all of a sudden have convinced yourself that all these other teams look good and they look profitable today. So that's what I mean. You make a lot of bad decisions, or also you can also do it by also making parlays too. To go with the increased bet size and rash decisions, parlays are another ways of the bettor wanting to get it back, get their money back. So everybody's going to be on tilt. I've been betting on sports for about 15 to 20 years. I've gone on tilt. It's a normal reaction to a bad beat or a lock that loses. You will go on tilt. If you do this long enough, something's going to piss you off bad enough. If there's going to be a loss that's just going to really, piss you off and you're going to want to get it back, you will be on tilt. So to get out of betting on tilt, you've got to revert back to your strategy. If you're sitting there and you're right now and you're like, well, I don't really have a defined strategy, I just kind of make bets as I feel good, that's obviously not a good thing. So a betting strategy is, well, I'm only going to bet $100 a day. I'm never going to do more than a 2-team parlay. I only bet odds that are minus 150. Whatever your betting strategy is, to get off of tilt, you got to revert back to your betting strategy. That's going to be the best way to do it. So you can also laugh off a bad beat, right? Sports betting is really, really tough. You can be profitable over the long haul, but if you do like a small sample size, it's tough. It's tough to be profitable, in a very small sample size. So if you get a bad beat, just laugh it off. It's gonna happen. You do this thing for as long as I have, like I said, 15, 20 years, you have tons of bad beats. You'll have tons of locks, guaranteed picks that are gonna lose. Just try and laugh that off, as long as you can. Because if you bet on tilt, and if in the longer you stay on tilt, it's going to be a losing proposition for you. You will lose money. When you're on tilt, your bank account goes way down. It doesn't go up. You're not profitable by making rash decisions. You're not profitable by increasing, your bet size. It's a losing proposition, and the whole time you're on tilt, you're definitely going to lose money. I want to actually, before we end this video, I want to walk you through. This happened about a week ago. To somebody that I follow on Twitter, and they had a bet. I'm going to go ahead and pop it up right here. Here's their first tweet. Simple tweet, day baseball, looking like a dog day. They got the Marlins, to be up, or not to be up, but cover the spread in the first 5 innings. And they've got the Orioles to cover the spread also in the first 5 innings. Both of these bets lose. Go ahead. Here is their next tweet after one of these. This tweet came after the Orioles game. The Marlins was just a loss, but to them the Orioles won, and after they sent this tweet up. I looked at the box score. Yeah, it was a bad beat. It was unfortunate the Orioles couldn't cover that half-point spread, so this was a bad beat. Well, here they go. Now all of a sudden they're tweeting out a parlay. Maybe they're comfortable making 3-team parlays. I'm not really sure, but you could see it here in the tweet. Bad beat day parlay. All of a sudden, now here they are. They're betting on tilt. They didn't tweet this parlay earlier. They've had a bad beat. That triggers a normal tilt reaction, and now they're tweeting out this. Here's another tweet. Now all of a sudden, they're live betting. Maybe they do live bet on a normal day. I don't know. Or I do know because I follow this person, and they do. But here's another one. Boom. Now all of a sudden, I got a live beat on Rays minus 1.5. Oh, here's another tweet. Got another live bet. Got another live bet. Like I said, you see a flurry of just rash decisions, making a lot of picks. That's what I'm talking about. They've got 3 tweets here. These all came out within about an hour time period. And I've removed, obviously, this person's name, their Twitter handle, and all that, just to protect this person, so to speak. I don't want to, blast them, but these are real tweets by this gambler on Twitter. I'm going to give you guys the parlay lost, because I was actually reading these tweets in real time, being like, oh shit, this person's on tilt. How long is this gonna last? So I was like kind of curious, right? How long is it gonna last? I was definitely following this person. The parlay lost. The Rays did not cover 1.5, and that Brewers Pirates game went way over 7. It was like 8 or 9. I mean, just over. All right, yeah, right. All due respect, it was back a run or two, but still, here they are. They had a bad beat. They made a bunch of rash decisions, and all of these bets lost, and the bankroll went downhill. Stick to your strategy, guys. You got to revert back to the strategy. You will be on tilt. I wanted to inform you guys. Here's a video on what tilt is. How now you know when it starts. You know it comes after a bad beat or after one of your guaranteed locks loses. And you've got to have a betting strategy. So therefore, when you're on tilt, it's like you just shake it off and let me get back to my strategy and get back to what I do. All right, guys. I'm Jason Mattis. Don't want to see you on Don't want to see you on tilt on Twitter. Don't let me see that. All right. See you guys. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Winning Bets.